I want to start this video by telling you a story of an old friend who got married to the love of his life, the woman that he has dated for some years, and they loved each other so much. But somehow, he allowed his mother and his younger sister to destroy his marriage. First of all, his father has a very big house, and that same big house is where his parents lived and some of his siblings who were not yet married. So he has this particular younger sister who was always a thorn in the flesh of all the women married into the family. In fact, at a point when my friend's marriage was at the verge of collapsing, I practically begged him to move out of that family house, to at least shift away a little from the troubles of his mother and his younger sister. But he refused to listen. Not necessarily that he refused to listen, because he was being controlled by his mother and his sister. So even when he wanted to leave, they resisted it at all cost, and he stayed back because he doesn't know how to say no to his mother and his younger sister. And eventually, that marriage crashed. Till date, he still regrets it. After the marriage crashed, the wife moved on with her life, with their 2 children. At a point, with their sisters of her own family, she traveled out of the country and started her life all over again, and later remarried. However, my friend back home, he also, after a few years, he remarried, but that marriage never saw the light of the day. It was filled with trouble, something that never happened with his first wife. It was a marriage littered with troubles from day one. And that one didn't even last up to 6 months, and the marriage crashed also. Now, his mother that misled him lived her life and died at the age of 82. A fulfilled life with many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. His sister got married and also relocated. Finally left the country, lived her life. He himself became lonely. At a point, he got sick and had to move from the city back to our hometown, where he remained very sick. Nobody to take care of him. He didn't even, for years, he had not even set out on his 2 children from the first marriage, because the wife traveled as a far away to another country. Now, he started calling his sister, that younger sister that helped to destroy his marriage, for help when he needed help, especially when he was sick. That sister lives in the UK also. When the sister noticed that he was asking for money for treatment, she cut him off, blocked him everywhere. He lived in regret till the day he died, without even seeing his children. Now, why am I telling you this story? You see, in-laws are supposed to be a blessing, but sometimes they become a curse if you, as the man of the house, cannot manage your home. If you allow your parents, your mother, or your sisters, or other relatives to dictate how you manage your home, it becomes a problem. That is on the part of the man. What about the woman? If you're a woman that is always running to your family, any little thing, any little problem you have with your husband, you run to your family to go and report him. You are also destroying your home. Both of you should understand now that immediately you get married, marriage is autonomous, that is self-governing. Both of you should know how to manage your conflicts without involving third party. Even if you need help, seek professional help from counselors, not run into families. For instance, the part of the woman that keeps reporting her husband to her family. Of course, they may come to your rescue, but after everything, you and your husband will still settle. And what happens? How would they start looking at your husband after that? And sometimes you keep on reporting again and again until you make your husband look useless in their eyes, which is not a good one. Same thing with the man too, who always run to family, take instructions from family on how to treat his wife. That's also a very bad one. If you are still being controlled by your mother as a man, then you have no business with marriage, because you lack what it takes to be a married man. you lack the leadership skill required to manage your home without interference. If you don't get rid of that right now, like I said, many marriages have been torn apart because of in-laws. Learn how to manage your things. Learn how to, stop people from interfering so much. You're really easy from interfering too much into your marriage. Believe me, you will enjoy your marriage. But if you don't, what happened to many people may happen to you if you don't take care. So right now, agree as a couple that you'll manage your home. If this has appealed to you, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel.